He had everything people spent their whole lives trying to build. Money that never ended, a business empire that stretched across cities, respect from every boardroom, but all of it felt small compared to the love he had for his wife. Adrian Hale wasn't just a millionaire. He was a man who believed his marriage was the one part of his life that would never crack. He worshipped Isabella like she was the center of his world, the only softness in his hardened life, the one person he could come home to and remember he had a heart beneath all the power. Every morning he kissed her forehead before leaving for work, telling her he loved her as if saying it twice would keep her close. But he never realized love isn't protected by wealth, it's protected by attention. The cracks began silently, on the days he came home too late, on the nights she waited at the dinner table for hours until the food went cold, on the mornings he rushed out with one foot already in the future, forgetting to look at the loneliness in her eyes. And then there was Luca, the quiet and humble driver hired only to take her wherever she wanted to go. Luca wasn't rich, wasn't powerful, didn't have private jets or marble offices, but he had something Adrian had long stopped giving her: time, warmth, and the kind of listening that felt like a hug. It started with small conversations in the back seat, little stories, shy smiles in the rearview mirror, the kind of attention that slowly rewrites a woman's heart even when she doesn't mean for it to happen. Adrian never suspected anything at first because he trusted Isabella with a blind, overflowing love. He believed she would always return to him because he loved her fiercely, but he didn't see she was slipping away piece by piece. She began taking longer drives, asking Luca to pass by the coast, stopping for tea in places Adrian never visited with her. She laughed more in the car than she did at home. She felt seen again, felt alive in a way she had forgotten existed. Luca looked at her not as a millionaire's wife, but as a woman who deserved to be cherished. And without planning it, without meaning it, Isabella's heart made a decision before her mind did. The night Adrian finally realized the truth was the night he found her sitting in the living room, suitcase by her side, tears on her cheeks, but certainty in her voice. She told him she had fallen out of love with the life he gave her, that she felt like a shadow in a glass mansion, that Luca made her feel like a person again, not a decoration beside a powerful man. Adrian felt the world move under his feet, felt his heart break in a way money could never repair, felt something inside him collapse with a force he couldn't control. He begged, not out of pride, but out of real pain, telling her he could change, telling her he loved her more than anything he owned. But heartbreak doesn't listen to promises that come too late. She left that night, stepping into the same car where her heart had betrayed its old home and found a new one. Adrian stood at the doorway, watching her disappear into the city, the rear lights of the car fading like the last embers of a fire he thought would burn forever. For the first time in his life, power meant nothing, money meant nothing, success meant nothing, because the one thing he couldn't buy was the love of the woman he had already lost. And in the quiet that followed, Adrian learned the hardest truth of all. Sometimes a man with everything loses to a man with nothing, except a heart willing to stay.